Hi, my name is Kim Dixon, and I'm from Class 4 Orange. Chu Junhao is my partner and he's the editor of this video. Today, I'm going to present about globetrotting. The topic of interest are holiday and traveling, and the issues are travel problems and how to deal with them. There are 5 travel problems and how to deal with them, which are getting lost, losing your phone, get sick, not speaking the language, and running out of money. Getting lost. One people have fantastic spatial awareness, others not so much. But most people have got lost at least once in their life. It can be a horrible feeling, your heart beating faster as the panic starts to rise. You can get lost anywhere, a supermarket, airport, town center, or in the wilderness. With modern technology, this is one of the easier travel problems to avoid. In the past, you need a map for each country. Nowadays, almost everyone has a smartphone. Before you leave, download Google Maps and then download the offline map for whichever cities you'll be visiting. The offline maps are tiny, normally between 20 to 50 MB. With the offline map on your phone, you can browse even without an internet connection. A word of warning though, this is not a foolproof plan. If your battery dies, the plan comes crashing down. The pen and paper may be ancient technology, but they don't require batteries. Write down your destination just in case. The most important thing is to not panic. If you can, take a seat and take some slow breaths. Strangers are generally nice and helpful, so if it's safe to do so, ask for directions. If you don't speak the language, you can show them the written address. It's not advisable to flash your phone around. This may seem like a silly one to add to a list of travel problems. Why not a camera, laptop, or a bag? Because most people do everything through their phone. Without my phone, I couldn't tell the time, top up my prepaid debit card, find the nearest police station, alert my family that it had been stolen, access my travel e-tickets, cancel my contract, and tell anybody about it because my translator was on my phone. I had to use the public computer in the hostel, which then caused all kinds of security alerts with my online accounts. Logging in from a foreign computer usually requires answering additional security questions, and then they helpfully offer to text a code to your phone. Not helpful when the phone is lost. Make sure you know all your passwords, update all your account details before leaving, and have a backup email address to receive those annoying security codes. This is one of the more common travel problems as mobile phones are big business all over the world. Your shiny new iPhone could be a year's worth of wages for a local. The solution is to use common sense and not wave it around in public. As with all valuables, keep them out of plain sight and whenever possible, on your person or locked in the safe. Getting sick. Sunburn. Even if it's cloudy, wear protector. Check the weather conditions before you travel and especially the UV levels. A cloudy sky can still produce dangerous levels of UV, and that's what does the real damage. Apply 30 minutes before going out and then every 2 hours afterwards. If you're swimming or sweating, then go crazy and do it every hour. Saying less is more does not apply to sun cream. The effects of sunburn can be horrendous. I was unable to walk for 2 days after thinking I was safe on a cloudy day. It felt like I'd been hit by a car. It was absolute agony for 48 hours. If you have access to aloe vera, use it. It works miracles for sunburn. If you don't have any, then keep the burn cool without applying ice directly. Or even better yet, don't get sunburn. Prevention is much less painful than treatment. Sunburn is one of the travel problems with lasting effects, so try and avoid it at all costs. Food poisoning. Food poisoning is a travel problem that can strike at any moment. Symptoms can include nausea, stomach cramps, vomiting, or diarrhea. If it's bad, then it can hit you within hours of eating or drinking a contaminated thing. Anti-diarrhea tablets can be lifesaver literally. Before traveling everywhere, I always pack toilet paper. I consider it almost as important as my passport. That may sound dramatic, but I've been in some sticky situation before. If you develop food poisoning, then you will understand. While I mentioned diarrhea tablets earlier, I only use them as a last resort. This is your body's way of clearing the contaminate from your body. Let the body clean itself. This may mean a day or two by the toilet, but at least you'll be clear afterwards. Drink plenty of fruits, but avoid dairy and alcohol. Once you start to feel a little better, then start with soups or broths and build back to solid foods. Not speaking the language. Here's a travel problem I've lived with for years. Not being able to communicate with the people around you can lead to all kinds of emotions. Loneliness, anger, frustration, determination, encouragement, and elation. Hopefully you notice how that list went from negative to positive. Not speaking the language while being unable to speak the local language can cause lots of negative emotions. It can also be the catalyst to greatness. Body language, sign language, gestures, and smiles. They are all powerful ways to communicate. Use every single one of them. If you're afraid of speaking new languages abroad, don't shy away from meeting new people because you don't know words. Use these other forms of communication as an icebreaker. Study language as much as you can before you travel. It's an incredible form of respect that will be appreciated worldwide if you make the effort. Even if it's just a few words or phrases, it will help. There are hundreds of apps, guides, and language programs you can try. The best way to learn a language while traveling? Speak. It can be slow, painful, or lead to lots of laughter. It all depends on what attitude you approach it with. While some languages are much harder to grasp than others, a lack of words is a travel problem with an easy solution. Running out of money. This can be a major problem which you definitely want to avoid. Expected things do happen though. Things break, unexpected charges come up, plans change, and emergencies happen. It's impossible to account for every eventuality. Before you travel, research the country you're visiting. You want to have an idea of the general cost of living so you can budget properly. Save as much money as possible and always try and have an emergency fund which you don't touch. This can be a credit card or savings account. It should have enough money in for a return flight. That's the last resort should an emergency happen and you need to return home. Traveling can be expensive, so make sure you read about how to save money while traveling. And it's also worth thinking about making money while you travel. Unless you have a huge amount of money saved up, or you have mastered how to travel on a budget. It can disappear quite quickly. The Woodpeckers Academy has some great material about creative ways to make money while you travel. If you're a traveler on a budget, check out our travel hacking tips. Well, This is end of our presentation. Thank you.